There we go. Hello. Okay, just gonna make sure everything's working. So I've changed a few things recently. Yeah, God, you can already tell I can't speak properly. We'll get to that. Hello, Tyrion. Right, so before I delve into what's happened, I have a story to tell. It's an ass wallpaper. Right, so not last Tuesday. My mic sounds fine. Yeah, there we go. Not Tuesday gone, Tuesday before. I was due to get my second COVID vaccine. I then had to postpone it because I had to go on a school trip because I work in a school. On that school trip that I went on, a boy had to be picked up by his mum, which is a journey of over an hour and a half that way and an hour and a half the other way, to be collected because she had tested positive for COVID. So she had to collect him and take him home. He wasn't allowed on the bus with us. So the poor lad had to spend like 2.5 hours sat on his own while everyone else was enjoying their trip. So I changed my date for my vaccine to, what day are we now? Thursday just gone. Okay, so I went to work as normal on Wednesday. Thursday, I started to have a bit of a cold. Then Friday, I streamed on Thursday, didn't I? If you were here, then you can know I wasn't sounding great. Friday, I had a really dripping wet nose, just a really awful cold. It didn't feel really bad, but it was kind of dripping out my face. Saturday comes, I started feeling a bit worse. So Saturday, Sunday, I pretty much spent all weekend in bed. I'm just going to wait this cold out. Sunday night, when we were watching the football, I went upstairs because my dad lives in the apartment upstairs. We're watching the football and he makes me a coffee and I'm drinking the coffee and I was like, this is really shit coffee. And then later on, there's a fly buzzing around and he gets the fly spray and I'm sat here, right? And he sprays it here. So it's like, if you've ever smelled fly spray, it's fucking minging. And you know when there's fly spray around. He's spraying it and I'm waiting for it. I'm thinking, fucking how rude. I'm waiting for it and I can't smell it. It's then dawned on me, oh, fuck. Maybe I've got COVID. Because that's one of the first signs of having COVID is losing your sense of smell. So this is during the final in the European Championships. So I'm sitting there and I'm gonna have to go. I can't sit here with my dad who's old as fuck when I think I've got COVID. So I've taken my blanket downstairs. I've booked the PCR test, which is the good test, for the next day. I rang into work and said, look, I think I've got COVID. I'm going to have a PCR test. So I had it in the morning. You get the results the next day in the morning. And it came back, said positive. Oh, God. And then I'm already feeling worse. I'm starting to get all hot and sweaty. So basically, for the whole week, from really, let's say Sunday up until Friday, like today, I haven't felt too bad, which is why I'm here today. It's been awful. So some of the symptoms, I was constantly dehydrated, and I mean constantly dehydrated. There is not 1 second of the day where I wasn't dying of thirst. Mostly due to all this, probably the sweat that I was losing through my body from heating up. And with that, I'm either boiling hot or freezing cold. I remember a couple of days ago, I was really hot all day. Eventually, my body temperature started to, come down and it's really hot outside. So I took my top off. I was sat here feeling fine. But one of the symptoms is having numb skin. So all my skin is numb. Like I could pinch parts of my body. I can't feel it. Can't feel it anyway. I can't feel any of that. If I pinch any of that, top of your thigh, can't feel it at all. You get numb skin. So I was sitting here as normal, and then all of a sudden I got really bad chills. Like my teeth were chattering and go, oh fuck. And my hands wouldn't warm up. I jumped into bed. I got my clothes back on, and I was there for about half an hour, just shaking. And what I think it was, it's taken my body to go into some kind of shock to realise how cold I was, because I couldn't feel it. It's like my body telling me, mate, you're fucking dying here. So that was really odd. So I was either really hot or really cold. I remember waking up with my hoodie on and my trackies in bed, at just dripping, just like felt like I was sitting in a bath. And then when that's cooled down, it's really cold because it's covered in water, and now I'm freezing my ass off, and I'm too ill and tired to take it off, and I just had to sit there until I kind of got through it. Yeah, there was, what else is there? There was so many different things that come on. One of the worst ones was after not having the sense of taste, just for really one day, I started to get a really soapy smell and taste. And it was mostly like, if I'm just here, I could kind of sense it. I've always been like hypersensitive to smells and tastes, and I get really like with stuff that I don't like. And just outside here, as soon as I open the door, there's a really strong scent of something that comes out of nowhere, and it's grim. It's like someone's put a soap bar in your mouth. And but that's not as bad today. But I think I know where it's come from, and it's either I've got super sensitive smell for one particular smell, or it's completely playing mind tricks on me. Another thing is the lack of sleep has just been awful. I've been dreaming while being fully awake and hallucinating. So like I remember laying there fully awake, and my mind's doing like a puzzle with my body. Like in the puzzle, in my hallucination, I'm part robot, and they're all like little bits of gears. Like I'm wide awake, and my body in my head is loads of little gears, and I have to maneuver my legs and my arms around until they all fit back into place, and just weird shit like that. And there's like, I don't even know how to explain the other hallucinations and that, but I'm wide awake and fully aware, but because like that part of my brain is still asleep. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. It was really, really odd. So yeah, an hour ago, my dad texted me to say he's had a positive COVID test. Now, he's old. He's really not a well man anyway. He smoked pretty much all his life. At the minute, he's only got, what did he say? I think just aches and tiredness, he said. Oh, yeah, but I said, you know, brace yourself because the worst is yet to come. My nephew, who went on a dinner date with his mum, who's my sister, and my brother, because they live 30 miles away from where I live. They all live in the same city. It was his birthday, so we all went out, as geniuses that they are, with all their different bubbles, all on a piss up and go out for something to eat. My nephew and all his friends ended up with COVID. My nephew said he's never felt so ill, and he's in his mid-20s, so it's not just old people that are getting it bad. He's in his mid-20s, and all his friends had it. And one of his friends actually had to go to hospital because he was so bad. With me, I always thought, if I get it, I'll probably be all right. I'll probably be all right. But no, I think there's only, longevity-wise, this is probably the worst. And there's so many different things that it hits on, like different symptoms, and this has caused this, and then that has done that. The only other time I can remember being as ill was when I had a throat infection for 4 weeks, which is no sleep for 4 weeks. Can't talk for 4 weeks, feeling like shit for 4 weeks. That's probably, ultimately, it's probably the worst. This is probably the second worst. So I'm also really worried about my dad now because he's old and he doesn't, like I say, he smokes. And if he does get it bad, he could be in a shit. Now, where I live, it's just through the roof. Just over the last week, the statistics are phenomenal. And it's just all kicking off again all over the country. Now, where I live is a tourist town. So we get all the fucking northerners coming down and bringing us their COVID and spreading it now like wildfire with all the twats going out. Like, I haven't been out for a year. Over a year, I've not been out. I've not done anything social at all. And then I'm the poor bastard that gets it. Luckily, well, there was 150 children that had to be sent home for 10 days because of me. Because I have, where I work, I've got my normal job. Then I do the after school club. I do the breakfast club. And I do first aid. And I went on a school trip. There's 5 different roles I've had at the school. So I've been in contact with so many different people that 150 children had to be sent home to self-isolate for 10 days. Luckily, and I don't know how, because I work really closely with quite a lot of staff, none of them had any COVID. And they've all tested negative, which I think is a minor miracle. I am due to go back to work on Monday. I've got my second jab in the morning, and then I'll go after that. Now, one thing I am concerned about, as you can tell, I can't speak very well because I can't breathe properly. So if I get up out of the bed, I have to take a... And when like when you yawn, you take a big sharp intake of breath, don't you, when you yawn? I can't do that. It hurts. I can only take little breaths. That is a symptom that may last a good few weeks, but after tomorrow I shouldn't be infectious. Apparently that should be my 10 days up, which is why I am due to go back to work. I mean, if you would have asked me yesterday if I'm ready to go back to work, the answer would have been absolute no, but I've been quite all right today. So depending on how my sleep goes, depends on whether I'll be well enough to actually go to work. The one thing I am concerned about, though, getting to work is an uphill. And it's only short distance, but there's a hill like that. And I don't know if I can make it, because I can't, like, getting up out of this chair in a minute will make me lose my breath. I'll have to go. So yeah, that's my story, really. Any questions? So you've got a self-isolate for 10. I mean, the self-isolation isn't so bad. It's when you're actually ill with it, which is awful. And you just feel so out of sync with other people. It's hard to see that there's another side. Because the way that you feel is like, I just don't think I'll ever be ready to go back to work. Like even yesterday, I was texting someone who's had it, who works where I work, and we're friends. She's had it, and she had it in February. So all the stuff that I was telling her, she said, yeah, I went through this. Even the soapy smell and taste. All of that. She said she had it for like a month. I'm not sniffing, Nick. Am I sniffing? I just take a short intake of breath because when I'm talking, all the air's coming out. It feels really quiet here. I have the other day, well, actually last week, I put some new stuff on the stream, and I was all ready and excited, and I haven't been able to do anything with it yet because I just haven't been streaming. So with regards to streaming, I don't know how it's going to work because I can only do it in kind of short bursts, really, because talking at the minute really takes it out of me. But I have got an air horn, a celebratory air horn. I've also added some backing music as well. I've got 3 different ones that I can choose from. I just got to turn them on and off. I have got another sound clip that I haven't uploaded yet anyway. You couldn't taste or smell for 3 months. See, I thought not being able to taste or smell anything would be the worst part. But having to taste soap is worse. But I'm glad that only lasted a little bit. But yeah, some people, I mean, I really like my food, and the smell stuff is a really strong sense for me. So not being able to have any of that would be horrific. But I've kind of dealt with it already. It just sucks that no food tastes good. There's no food, so I'm not hungry. I haven't had an appetite because what's the point? Nothing tastes good. It's just different textures, just different heats and different textures. When you do something now, or a daily thing, well, like, because I'm still lacking in sleep, like I haven't had a proper night's sleep since maybe Friday, last week, Friday. So it's been over a week now. I haven't had a proper night's sleep in any of those days. So that's really draining. So even when I have like things like hiccups and stuff like that, I have to stop myself and take a breath. So also doing the job that I do is quite physical, and you have to use your voice a lot. So I don't know how well I'm going to do if I do go back. On the plus side, it's only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I've only actually got 4 days, and then it's the 6 weeks summer holidays. So it's not like I've got to go and then I'm there for a good few months. What day was the worst? Probably 2 days ago. I mean, it's hard to say. It's not like a build-up of everything, because it's like I get some symptoms on this day, and then some on this day, and then some on this day. And just like, it's to do with them combining each other and general illness. So a lot of the mornings, like my body would ache absolutely everywhere. I feel like I've lost like half a stone already. Completely irrelevant TV. I don't know why he's here. It's nothing to do with Cape Rico at all, but okay then. Anyway, yeah, so there's times I'll just lay in the bed, I have zero energy, and just moving my arm or my leg just felt like a massive struggle, and it hurts. It's like your bones and your muscles hurt at the same time. Will I be able to stream on Tuesday? I really don't know. I imagine I'll be able to do some kind of videos, maybe some showcases or whatever. But I really don't know. Like, I might even feel worse tomorrow. I don't know. Like, just today just happens to be a good, maybe last 6 hours or so. But other days have just felt worse than others. But I think I'm on the mend, so I feel pretty good. It's just really tiredness, and the breathing now is my main concern. Do I feel weak? I'm constantly weak, but not as weak. Yeah, not as weak as like I was. Well, not my peak. The virus's peak, let's say. Fever, not so much. I don't know whether it's fever though, or whether it's just hot outside, because it has been really hot recently, hasn't it? Thank you, Joper. I do need to say, thanks to Pan. If you look at the top of the screen, he sent a donation last time I was streaming, and I didn't notice it, and so I didn't say thank you. So if you see him, I've been drinking constantly water, but what I have started drinking, I've got some juices from Asda delivered, which are they're full of sugar, but they're easy to drink, and they've made me feel a bit better as well. There's been some flooding in Germany as well, hasn't there? Is that what you're referring to? Yeah, oh, look. I'll show you. And also, this might look a bit odd. But can you see that? It's very dark. You see that there? It's a pan. It's not for me to have a piss in. When I woke up just before midnight and I've been awake since. What that is a bowl of cold water, because my feet were so hot, and the only thing I could think of to cool them down to help me get to sleep was to just sit there for a few minutes with my feet in a bowl of cold water. So at midnight tonight, last night, I was just sat with my blanket over me, with my feet in the water trying to cool them down. Yeah, so I don't know whether it's been really hot outside because I haven't been outside, or whether it's me. I don't know. I've got no reference point. But to try and just check my sense of smell and taste, I took a sip of this. I just poured a bit into the lid. I couldn't smell it. I sipped it. Couldn't taste the thing. And if there's anything you're going to taste, it's fucking whiskey neat, isn't it? You could feel it burning, but there's no sense of taste or smell at all. So I can only taste textures and temperatures. But that for 3 months that some people have had it for is just horrible. Yeah, but some people get it worse than others, Socrates. Some people have long-lasting symptoms, don't they? I'm not allowed to, Nick. I've got to self-isolate for another day. We've had, when I looked at the news yesterday, 2 people from my town have died in hospital on that day because of COVID. Yeah. So it's serious then, isn't it? If it takes you 3 weeks to recover from something, I would count that as serious. Ugh. I mean, in hindsight, people would just, it's important that you remember how bad it was when you had it. Because hindsight is a wonderful thing, and you can kind of, actually, you know, I didn't die. So, am I hyped for the new DLC? No. No. The reason I'm not, the cars look shite. Let's be honest. They just look like the same cars you've already got. There's only a few on there that I'm kind of, yeah, that'd be nice. It looks like it's going to work the same way that Arena Wars works, where you got to build up your rep points to unlock shit. And you know how long that took, don't you? Has anyone played it? So I'm really not that bothered about the new DLC, to be honest. We'll see. It'd be nice to beat more people in races in different ways, but apart from that, the virus is definitely getting better, Harrison. That's why I haven't been here, because I literally couldn't talk to anyone. Oh yeah, another thing. I've had a headache like here, but like swollen eyes is another one. And this eye feels like it's almost like I'm going cross-eyed or something. It feels odd. And like I remember just buzzing around. Am I still in the game? I've been booted. I don't know whether I've got to get used to where the screen is or what. But just driving around, it's almost like my frames per second in my brain can't cope with what's going on the screen. Or like there's some kind of depth perception. I don't know whether it's I haven't had my glasses on for a week because I haven't needed to because I've been in bed or what. So I don't know how that's going to work. That's something that I hope will just fix itself eventually. That's a weird one. Do I think everything will go back to normal or not? Yes. The only thing I'm really worried about is the actual last thing I've mentioned is my eyesight. But I think I can get that. If it has changed, I could just get that corrected with new glasses. Am I going live in Twitch? No, I haven't done a Twitch one today. So since I said that I'm going back to Twitch, I've only done that one stream. Because that was the Thursday stream when I wasn't particularly well. And then I've been worse ever since. So that's all taken a back seat, hasn't it, for now? There was one thing though, I've been watching. So there's a show in America on Sirius XM called The Opie and Anthony Show. And probably if you're American, you might know. If you're not, you probably won't know it. But Anthony Cumia does the voice, the Pisswasser. You know the Pisswasser song in GTA? Getting real shit-faced tonight. Anthony Cumia, who's one of the hosts, he did the voice for that. Anyway, the link there is, they have this guy on there who's now dead called Patrice O'Neill. He's really funny. And there was this one bit where, I can't bother to explain it, but I was laughing. And because I can't breathe, when you're laughing, you expend loads of breath. Like now. And I was laughing so much I couldn't catch my breath. And I started like hurling, and I was that close to being sick. I'm literally sat on my bed, sat up, looking for where I'm going to puke up. And I just managed to calm myself down enough not to throw up. So I've had to stop watching funny things in case I start laughing and I keel over and die or vomit. And as you know me, I like to laugh at a lot of stuff. Oh, see, 3 months. Someone else said 3 months. I can't bear 3 months without sense of smell. The only benefit is I'm getting more enjoyment out of eating fruit. Like when I got my first fruit delivery come through, I ate a whole bag of satsumas in one go. Then I ate all the blueberries. I've eaten all the raspberries. I've nearly eaten all the grapes. They have a nice texture when you're eating them. You can love with throwing up. Yeah, I always thought that losing the taste was probably going to be the worst thing. What was I doing in here? Oh yeah, I was trying to explain how driving around is really odd for me now, because Well, something like my depth perception is different. It almost feels like one eye is longer than the other. I haven't either, Dick. Doesn't make me feel any better. It just makes us both tragic. Is 10 mil good for the DLC? You're gonna need way more than 10 mil. There's 17 cars, 10 are being released on the first day. And you're probably gonna have to chuck a ton of money in to get the benefits of the car meet and stuff, I imagine. There might be some new things to find as well around the map, like we had with Cayo Perico. And do you remember the alien outfit? Was that Cayo Perico or was that another one? I'm gonna go blown up here. This fucking dumbass. I'm a troll in a jet and I've just killed myself. Yeah, it depends on what you want to buy. If you want to buy all the cars, then no. But at least when it's drip feeding, you can save up for the next ones. I've sold a few cars today, things that... It doesn't say there's going to be any new garages. So I double checked it today. So I'll just sell some cars I don't really need or can do without. To make some space for the new ones. I think there's maybe only 4 or 5 that I want anyway. It's the Audi, maybe the Beamer, the Supra, and the Porsche. I think that's it. I'm not really bothered about anything else. Or just chav cars, the rest of them. What are we on about now? Loads of different stuff, Nick. Joe, I had an idea on Sunday or Monday. And I recorded it. I've changed. Let me go over here. Yeah, no, it would have been. I did it front Tuesday. It would have been Tuesday. I'll show you.
I'm here to help you.
Alright, so my idea was to wait, let me find it.
If you can't find your size, we'll order it.
I thought those. Was to wear one of these, and I went all the way to Paleto Bay. I got my Faggio, and I was gonna do a video from here. Can I make it all the way to the hospital before I die of COVID? So the hospital is there. So I drove. I went the long way. On the Faggio, I got knocked off. Just here as I was getting on the Faggio. Someone ran me over. I survived. I beeped at someone along here, and he's like shooting me, but he couldn't reach. And then it was a piece of piss from here all the way to there, so it wasn't really that interesting of a video in the end. So I was wearing this because obviously I want to keep everyone else safe.
Make sure you come back.
How am I recording them? What do you mean? I mean, it's been. Oh, Of course I'm not dead. Does anyone want to join me for an impromptu race though? Because you unlock a jacket or something if you do it before the DLC comes out. There's 27 in my lobby. Just do an impromptu race and then that's it. That's what we got to do. And then I was going to do, but I just wasn't up to it. So if I just do a live stream rather than an actual video, it'd be just easier. I haven't got to edit shit then. I'll just talk. Well, there's 20... Oh, now it's full. Can I join you, Flix? I see you. Have I just... No. Look at the state of this fucking list. Can't join you. What if I just do a friend lobby? Did you get some RP, Nick? All right, I'll just I'll be coming off in a bit anyway. So anyway, yeah, so that's my story. I am probably going to live. I have had a big ass shave today and I feel I look way better on here than I do in person. The lighting is very kind to me on here. I looked fucking grey and dead when I looked at myself this morning in the mirror in the lounge. It's a new jacket. It's a shit one, but might as well get it while it's available.
There's the boss.
But my beard was getting all long and my hair was all long. I look like someone completely different. So I've had a proper shave. I shaved my hair and my beard today. Just kind of freshen myself up. Anyway, I'm going to go. So if you'd like to do an impromptu race to unlock your jacket, then come and join. Other than that, we'll just see how it goes. I don't want to make any promises. It depends how I feel and if I think I'm kind of going to be up to it. Obviously, it's a massive kick in the bollocks, all of this, but, you know, it won't last forever, hopefully. If you haven't already seen the new logo, the channel and crew logo, it's that one. I did have it on a t-shirt. I don't know if I've still got that outfit. Crew. Yeah, this one. It's good on a t-shirt, isn't it? Da-na-na. Can't actually take that one. Right, so yeah, thanks everyone. Yeah, thanks for all the messages, apart from people telling me that they're going to pray and that I should pray to God. Don't get me started on those. Yeah. Thank you everyone, and I shall see you all again soon.